Howdy, class. This is your professor, Kevin Wynn. Just checking in. I promised to get you a video lecture up on Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and begin talking and introducing who I am. Now, I could talk to the camera all day long. I'm more than capable of entertaining myself, but I want to at least get to know, share who I am. And then as we go through the time together in class, I know that it's an online course, but there are many times we can interact. And so one of the first things I'd love to do is just be able to catch you up. Definitely go to Facebook first. This is a time where we can connect with each other, and that's what the beauty of social media. And so that's me. This is my wife. This is me. Not too long ago, and this is my son on Father's Day this earlier this year, and we've had a great time. But here's where I want you to go is facebook.com/kwin. That's my last name, 1122. It's my birthday, so you can always wish me happy birthday. And I went ahead and loaded up the page already. And Facebook, you should see something like this, a scary pathway. And here's my picture. And what I'd love to do is I want you to add me as your friend. Again, that's kwin1122. And what I can do is add you to the class group page. And how do I do this? Probably click on this, and I created a group page for us, CBU Philosophy 353, and these are all the symbols of the different religions. So if you get caught up with that, but I already left a poll for you to ask how many online courses have you taken, and so we can converse here. I know everybody has Facebook, and if you don't, I recommend you just get with the times, man. Just jump on Facebook. And so I'd love to get to know who you are through that. So that's probably one of the easiest way of doing that, especially doing an online course. So I'm imagining many of you probably for the first time logging in for online. So I'm going to do this introduction really fast, then we're going to get to the lecture. But I'm imagining you probably want to know more about the syllabus. So that's the boring part, okay? But let me tell you what I really am. If I was in class, I would have brought you this toy. See, this is what you do when you have a 4-year-old. You build this thing called Connects. This is a helicopter. I'm very proud of this invention or this um, creation. Here's an airplane. My son loves little airplanes, right? Now, I'm very proud. This took 3 days. Let me just, yeah, it's pretty big. 1 second. This mama is called I don't know, a bomber. You see how big this is? I'm going to back up. See, this is an airplane. And this is what you do when you have a 4-year-old. And you become really good at it. So outside of class, I enjoy sports. I enjoy my son. I enjoy my wife. And most importantly, I do enjoy getting to know the students. So 8 weeks runs by very fast. But let me go ahead and to move on with the syllabus. How many total ops courses have you completed? That's a poll I usually would do in class, but I left you for Facebook, so I want you to go and check out Facebook, and we can ask them, and we can do some pretty cool stuff there. I want to share a quick story of who I am. Here's some pictures of what I enjoy. I love cooking. I do speak often. I'm also, I'll explain to you, I am a pastor at Saddleback Church, Irvine campus, and there's a church out in Corona as well, Saddleback Corona, if you're familiar with that. Our senior teaching pastor is Pastor Rick Warren, and I also serve on the teaching team, and so here's some pictures, a collage of who I am. But as I share my story, I want you to do this. There is a PowerPoint in Blackboard, and Chick-fil-A does this video all the time as an orientation to all their new employees. And I want you to just pause the video and go to YouTube, and it's called Everybody Has a Story. So I'm just going to do it real quick for you so you can see it. And when you go to the YouTube, you just punch in Everybody Has a Story, and it should pop up. Oops, as I'm sharing this. It's a quick video, and it says Story for Chick-fil-A, and you can just click on Every Life Has a Story, this one, and it's 300,000 views. But what I'm getting at is this YouTube video today, I like to start off with because it does explain something about Chick-fil-A and its approach to understanding people. So this is what I want to ask you to pause, You're going to pause right now. I'm going to pause and you're going to go there and you're going to watch that quick 2.5 minute video and then I'm going to come back. So on three, 1, 2, 3, pause. And I'm back. What you think about the video? You know, I guess the biggest question is why would Chick-fil-A share this video to all its new employees? Well, the first thing is it's not just about sales. It's not just about burgers. It's not just about chicken sandwiches and whether you like them or not. The biggest value is that whether you're a customer, whether you're a sales employee, a customer service employee, every story means something. And in that video, it does show you that there are people that are happy and there are people that are sad, and there are many things that are going in class. And I want you to know, in the bottom of my heart, I recognize that in this class, some of you are just need a check off, a class to sign off on. B, have no clue what you just signed up with, but you're looking for some answers. And C, some of you I even know is in a journey looking for hope, for answers. You might be going through some cruddy times in your life right now, but I want you to know that I don't want to be your professor. I want to be more than that, and hopefully you'll understand my heart. Through the time we're together in comparative religions, we will discuss a lot of stories about my life, and I'd like to hear about your life. And beyond the 8 weeks that we're here together, my hope is that we can build a friendship that goes beyond that. And that is an invitation to you. So everybody has a story. It's up to you if you want to share your story, but I'm going to definitely share mine. So let's go talk about my story. I am a Vietnamese Texan, straight up, Vietnamese Texan. I don't know what Asian American means. I just know that I was in a Vietnamese home, grew up in Texas, and I love both barbecue and I love pho. Anybody ever had pho before? Spring rolls, any Vietnamese dish? People say, "Whoa, do you like them all together?" I said, "No, that's so gross. I like pho. This is a Vietnamese beef noodle soup, and I love barbecue. So I'm a Vietnamese Texan. I love my Dallas Cowboys, my Dallas Mavericks, my Texas Rangers. I fish. Um, I'm both, and that's who I am. But anybody asks, I'm a Vietnamese Texan. Um, so here's a quick timeline of where my background is, so you have a gist of who I am, and then as you get to know me, you understand where I'm going to be coming from. Because as we share, I'm going to share a lot of stories from my background. This here is a timeline. There's actually 4 timelines, so if I confuse you, it's okay. It's meant to be confusing. So 4 timelines, but they're all at the same time. So here is the city that I lived in um, for most of my years, and that would be Dallas. I went to college at the University of Texas in Dallas, and so it obviously corresponds. So let me just go across right here. I've lived in 3 major cities in my life. I guess 3 states. Texas. Where's this? Come on, that's Seattle. Anybody been there? That's where the home of Starbucks, the beginning of Starbucks, and the guy from the former CEO of Microsoft just bought out the LA Clippers. So they're invading California. And then I eventually moved here about 12 years ago. I didn't know what else to pick. I just picked Disneyland because I think that represents LA. You have to remember, people from Texas, they just think Disneyland is in LA. I mean, it's like people from Texas, when you hear earthquake, you think the whole city of LA got an earthquake. You know what I'm saying? So those are the cities I lived in. I went to college, University of Texas, got a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. I knew how to build cell towers. I knew how to build cell phones, and so I'm going to share you a little bit of cell phones. Worked for AT&T for a little bit. Then I got my MA in Education and Leadership. I have no clue why I'm teaching comparative religion. Maybe for the fact that I like that stuff, but my focus is in leadership and education, and my doctorate's a PhD is in leadership as well, and I'll be finishing that up, God willing, this semester. So just pray for me on that. So uh, I'm at Biola University doing my doctorates there and finishing that up, and then having fun with you guys teaching here. So where have I worked? Nope, not as a professor, not as a pastor in a sense, but I, out of college, went and worked for Singular Wireless, formerly known as Pac Bell. Launched the market in Washington. I built stores and made them profitable, controlled the whole market of Washington, and I had a quick climb in management there, and then AT&T bought out. Well, no, Singular bought out AT&T. People tend to think that, but Singular bought AT&T out, and then they rebranded themselves to be AT&T, and then after that, God pulled in my heart a little bit to plant churches. I don't know why. I just had this desire one day when I had some, a pastor friend, and he did this. So this is actually the North American Mission Board tied to the Cal Baptist um, family. So went and church planted for a few years, but did it while I was doing my doctorate. So my life has been constant transition. Three churches I've known in my life. Well, actually four now, but let's just start here. First church is here in Richardson Vietnamese Baptist Church. Helped out in youth ministry, and again, I worked, but at the same time, I helped out in youth ministries. And when I was living in Seattle, I went to Olympia. It's the capital of Washington, a Vietnamese Baptist church, and I helped out with students there. And then in my church time, I planted Cornerstone out in Chino Hills. Anybody from Chino Hills? Close to CBU. Had a lot of college students from CBU go there as well. And then finally, the last 2 years of my life, God has kind of put my secular career, I don't know how to do this, together, like this maybe, like this, no, like this. There you go. Converging my church life and my vocation ended up being the lead pastor at Saddleback Church in Irvine. So if you're looking for a church, I definitely want to invite you to my church, and I'd love to have you there as a visitor, as a guest. Now, probably another question people often ask me is, how old are you? Exactly. I do still look young, hopefully. And by the way, if you haven't paused and gotten a drink yet, feel free to get a drink. But I am this old. I started the good old days when StarTAC phones was super popular. I know some of you were like, what's a StarTAC? Your parents might have had one, but some of you who are older, the StarTAC phone, Motorola StarTAC phone, was when I started when I was working for the wireless industry. That was pretty cool. And then I was able to sell this sucker. During the heyday, everybody's on a Razor. Come on. You've had one. I've had one. My 4-year-old son has one. He has it as a toy for my days then. That was a popular phone. And then by the time I left AT&T, we had gone through iPhone 2. So I think there's like 6 generations out there right now. But the iPhone 2 was when I left the wireless industry. So that pretty much gives you how old I am. Any guesses? Facebook me and you'll figure it out. All right, enough about me. I want to go ahead and take a syllabus, go through a syllabus, but let me go ahead and stop this video. That's who I am, but I'd love for you to go to Facebook, K11, KWin1122. Let me go back, and I want you to go to the next video, and we're going to begin the syllabus part, and I'll explain more about the syllabus, but go ahead and go to Facebook, and let's friend each other, because then we'll make it official. All right? Hey, class, I'm so excited to be with you, so I'll look forward to you in the next video when I talk about the syllabus and the assignments.